Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my vlogging channel, and well, today I want to talk about a new streaming service that I was kind of turned on to fairly recently, and I don't think a lot of people are aware it exists, and even though this is not exactly a big channel, if you will, I kind of want to share with the viewers that I do have what this is, and maybe you can actually tune in and watch some good anime. We're all kind of stuck indoors. We're all downloading streaming services, and one of the big dilemmas is that people are definitely investing money in streaming services, but there's still only so much money, and we have so much time in the day. We just have new stuff we have to watch. I always recommend reading also as well. Like, now's a great time to subscribe to the Shonen Jump app and just read tons of manga for $2 a month. But some people can afford Netflix and maybe Disney Plus, but do they necessarily want to pay for Crunchyroll or Funimation now? Is there a way to get this stuff, cheaper? And yes, there is a way to get some anime cheaper. In fact, you can get it completely free. I don't know if this is new or not. I suspect it's been around for a while, and I'm just now getting around to noticing, but you have this site called RetroCrush, and as you can see, their whole thing is stream classic anime. There's Cardcaptor Sakura, by the way. You can download the app, no subscription required. Now then, I have downloaded the app, and here's the thing. I can't necessarily show you the interface and everything because I'm not have my Apple TV connected. So instead, we're going to go to Amazon, and we're going to look at some of the pictures of what this looks like. So this is what the design of the app looks like. And as you can see, there's already some great choices there. You have Urase Yatsuda, Beautiful Dreamer, a classic movie, directed by the guy who directed Ghost in the Shell, if I'm not mistaken. It's there. You can watch it either subbed or dubbed. You can see Die Buster. You can do Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, which I watched actually last night. I haven't watched that movie in years. The last time I watched it, I had rented it from Blockbusters in a dubbed PG-13 edit. This is the uncut version, still dubbed if you want, and so I enjoyed the voice acting, corny as it was and all. I didn't realize Vic Mignogna was Vega in that. And now it's uncut, so now you get to see the blood, the violence, and you get to see a few shots of Chun-Li, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's there. You also have the Die Buster, aka Ghostbuster 2. That's something there you can watch. And we have Era Zerum, the animation. That's interesting to see that there. They've got some repeat viewers. They've got these screenshots of a bunch of the characters that they're doing. One of the titles that are on here that I thought was interesting was they have Otaku no Video, which was like a little mockumentary thing about fans who like anime in the 90s. It's really fascinating to watch nowadays because the anime landscape has changed so much. Like way back then when I first started watching anime was hard to come by. You went to Blockbuster and they had a few titles there, and there might have been Sailor Moon on TV, but for the most part there was nothing out there. Like, anime was expensive, it was rare, only a few titles came. Now we have all these streaming services, so I'm really enjoying looking at RetroCrush and seeing all these anime that honestly time's kind of forgotten about. The 90s was not that long ago, and yet a lot of these titles people don't watch, and yet there's really good. You have Jinro down here, that's worth watching. You have a Cardcaptor Sakura movie. You have Bubblegum Crisis and GTO. Other titles on here that were considered classic at the time, at the very least. Key the Metal Idol, which I remember that was one of the animes that I rented when Netflix first came on the scene, and all of a sudden anime was vastly expanded. I remember renting Cowboy Bebop, which you couldn't do a Blockbuster, and I rented now and then here and there. And Key the Metal Idol, I remember binge watching that entire show in one day. So now you can stream it for free. It's kind of interesting to think that this anime is even free. Like, anime used to be so ridiculously expensive, and now there's streaming sites that just give it away. It's absolutely fascinating. This service is available on iTunes, Google Play, Roku, and Fire TV. Let's look at some of the FAQs right now. Is Retro TV available in my country? It's available in the United States and Canada. What devices can I use to watch retro tech? You can watch it on iTunes, Google Play, Apple TV, Android TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. I read somewhere that there will be a desktop viewer. How come it's not available now? They are currently working on the desktop viewer, and you know, if they had it available, obviously I would use it for this video, but I can't, hence why I'm doing this for the time being. But anyway, a few words about how this works. I mean, you don't have to subscribe. It will ask you for a login account. That much is true. And there are commercials. There are commercials like Pluto TV. Yeah, it's free, but you gotta watch ads, which I personally do not find an issue with, because I believe, hey, if it's free, then ads are part of the course. And plus, with the TV shows, at least the ones that I watched, they did a pretty good job of putting the ads between like the intro and the first half, and they put the ads during the commercial breaks where they need to be. It's a little bit more jarring for a movie, obviously, because there's nowhere to put the ads. So it just, all of a sudden you'll be watching it and then it will stop and then there'll be an ad there. That's a little frustrating, but again, it's free. So anyway, I'm pretty happy that we have a site, a streaming service, and I'm kind of wondering what else they're going to get. Like, it's not vast. The library is not vast like Crunchyroll or Funimation or even High Dive. And admittingly, anime streaming sites are not particularly expensive. Like, you can get a whole year of High Dive for $48. However, again, this is free, and it's a real, how should I put this? It's like taking a trip down memory lane. These were the animes of my childhood, watching things that I probably shouldn't have been watching at the time, but they were really good and they were really fascinating. There's a lot more family, like Jinro. Oh my gosh, such a classic. And yeah, and Cardcaptor Sakura will always be a personal favorite of mine. Mainly because that was like one of the first shows where it's like I watched it on TV as Cardcaptors, did not like it at all. Bought the subtitled DVD and realized, oh my gosh, what am I missing? And started watching things subtitled when I realized just how different it could be. So anyway, that's just a little fun recommendation. No one sponsored me to make this video. I just wanted to kind of share what this was and that it's out there, because I'd like to see this be a little bit more successful. I think free anime is always good, especially when it's free legally. And they definitely seem to be focusing on shows that time is starting to forget about. And some of these shows are still very, very good and they shouldn't be forgotten. But we're, you know, as we get into widescreen and digital animation, we're kind of leaving some of this behind. And it's kind of nice to see that there's some companies that are trying to preserve it, to keep it out there and in the minds of people. And so, I mean, hey, if they ever become a paid subscription service, I will definitely support them with my money for this reason. But as of right now, it's free, and I'm going to enjoy it while it is free, and I feel you should too. So anyway, that's this video. What do you think? Are you gonna look into RetroCrush, or does this not interest you at all? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.